Welcome to another episode of the InnerFight Podcast. My name is Marcus Smith, founder of InnerFight.com. We bring you the final coaches podcast of the year with our coaches here, Matt, Carmen, and Phil, answering your questions, focusing on a few interesting topics. We just want to thank you for listening to us in 2015, and we look forward to many more episodes of the InnerFight Podcast in 2016. Where you are in the world, thanks for tuning in. For one last time, let's jump right in. Here we go. This is it. This is officially the last podcast of 2015. Today's not New Year's Eve, but when this comes out, which will be tomorrow, it will be New Year's Eve. I wonder if anyone will actually have the time to listen to us on New Year's Eve. Jonesy,
I think there's a chance.
There's a chance?
As long as they're not brunching, there's a chance.
Do you reckon we'll get any video hits on...
Well, there was 10 last time, so...
but on 31st evening.
Oh, right.
Like... No?
Maybe when they're hungover on New Year's Day.
On New Year's Day. What have these idiots got to say about what I've got to do for the rest of it?
Make them feel really bad about what they did on New Year's Eve.
We'll go into that a little bit later on. Missing one person here. Boz, good of you to join us.
She's buying my food, so
she didn't train this morning. She's not here for the podcast. Absent in 2015. She'll be back, though. Jonesy, the best Christmas present that you received this year was...
Not those white socks, eh? I thought it was a joke. Like when I got it, I was gonna. I thought I was meant to just toss them off the balcony straight away. But
really,
yeah. But no, I'll keep them. They're good.
Really.
The best one. I got some Star Wars
long ones.
I got some Star Wars underwear.
Star Wars underwear.
Yeah.
Really.
A couple of new characters on there. I don't even know who they are. So. But I'm gonna go see Star Wars tonight. So.
Lots of chat about this Star Wars. You been, Phil?
Yeah. It's real good.
Good. You know, one of the funny things. What is this? Is it breaking up? Anyway,
no.
Something that's super funny, or kind of made me feel a little bit old, is that they've also launched or relaunched the Star Wars spaceship, and I saw like a few of my friends had bought that for their kids, or their kids bought it for Christmas,
nice.
And I was like, I remember when I had that the other time around. Made me feel a little bit old. Best Christmas present?
Pillow.
A pillow?
Yeah, Lily got me a new pillow. Just
one for her, or did she get you one each?
No.
Just yours?
She got me one, because she's got her own, and I always try and steal it, because it's way better than the ones that we have.
Do you not, when you go and buy linen, buy, like, one for each side? No.
Okay, she brought her own from home. It's really good.
Really?
One. Yeah.
Ah. Is she one of those people that travels with a pillow and...
No, she doesn't travel with it.
Doesn't she?
But
a lot of people do. A lot of crew do, mate.
When she's off, I always steal her pillow.
Steal hers.
And now I have my own. It's really good.
Really?
Extra firm.
Improves your quality of sleep?
Yeah, I've slept like a baby.
Worst present, Jonesy? Go on, just slate them, mate. I mean, I'm going to say mine.
The socks.
The socks, yeah. What about the picture?
I
got him a really good picture.
Oh, really?
Of him.
Oh, it's one of my best.
Is it as good as the one that I got given for my birthday that's in the office?
Which one's that?
You know.
Oh, the one in there.
It? Yeah.
You don't like that?
No.
You're doing reverse flies.
I was. Yeah, I like the movement. I think there might have been some, like, just laid down rows and stuff. I'm not too bad with the movements, but yeah.
Why don't you like it? Just because you're there.
Reverse
flies.
Just like, what do you do with it? Like, what do you really do with it? I don't know.
Put it in your bedroom.
Like, yeah. I don't know. I heard a couple of pictures done for us on canvas, like the one they did of us three running in the...
That one's good.
That's good because it's only the back of us. Actually, there's a pattern. I've got another one when I was running in the slow in Europe that's the back of me as well, and that one's quite good, but yeah, I'm not too sure. Yeah, no faces.
What's your worst?
Worst, it wasn't, I don't know if it was actually for me or for Holly, but my mum, who, luckily Dad listens to this, Mum doesn't listen to it, Mum bought a really nice, slate cheese board for Holly, but then backed it up with a brie baker. So this porcelain thing that you put a full chunk of brie in, and you put it in the oven. And then you kind of like, it bakes it, and it goes all runny. Apparently, Holly had to explain this to me. I was like, you're going to bake brie from scratch? She's like, no, you don't do it like that. And it goes all runny, and then you get like crackers or bread and dip it in and just have a nice day.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just like, when are we ever going to use it?
And what was your best?
Best one was from my dad, which Phil thought was a joke, was...
The hat.
The hat.
You saw the hat.
The hat.
Oh,
you don't think it was a joke?
Yeah. Mate.
It was the worst.
It was so good. I was wearing my beanie.
Charlie, what's his name?
Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
It was good. I think you'd like one. I brought it back, and
I used to wear those,
yeah.
You wouldn't be able to see the line though.
No.
Well, I brought it back in my bike box. So I bought a new bike box when I was in the UK, and I thought, okay, I'll put it in the bike box. It won't get crushed. And the first thing I did when I opened the bike box, I was like, oh no, my hat's got crushed. But it's all good, so I can wear it when it's cooler. It's good. Mate, it's really warm.
It's stupid.
The first few days that I was home, I was wearing my beanie because it was so cold. But then when I got the hat from Christmas Day, I just wore the hat.
Every day.
Yeah.
Most days.
On the train.
On the train, yes.
Yeah, wore it on the train and all this. But yeah, some good presents, some not so good presents, but that's the way it goes. That's all history. Jonesy, I want to pick up on your article that you wrote, Tips for Healthy Eating During the Holiday Season. 4 big tips for Christmas holiday eating. Intermittent fast for 12 to 16 hours during the holiday season. Did you get that in?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
I did.
Did you?
The day after Christmas Day.
Straight up.
I didn't eat until like 4 o'clock the next day.
Actually did
And
that
it
yesterday.
was fine, eh?
Yeah, I just didn't want any either.
Yeah.
Actually did that by mistake yesterday. I didn't eat the whole day and just ate at dinner. So that was good. Got that one done.
Yeah.
I did feel way better as well at night.
Yeah,
Because I woke up in the morning, still feel like you almost feel hungover from all the
too much food. Sugar.
just so much.
Yeah.
And then just didn't want to eat anything, and then felt okay again by the next day.
Second point, just forget about it.
Yeah, what was it? Oh, forget about it. Yeah.
When it's what's done is done. Whatever you did over the last couple of days,
just
you
don't
can't
stress
change.
about it,
Don't stress.
You see people like they come and they go, oh, I've had this, had that. It's
Like, just shut up.
Shut your face.
Yeah, it's all good. You had it.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah,
I think everyone.
No, you didn't.
Even when I got to the UK, we got there on the 23rd and got to the house in York, and literally, Mum's got a big thing of ham. Dad's gone out and bought pork pie. Mum's baked sausage rolls.
Yes.
So we just hadn't had pastry for God knows how long since you last went to Gerard, which you should do more often.
Jurassic.
And we've smashed all this, and me and Holly just started going. And then Mum's got out the mince pies, homemade mince pies, pastry this thing. Honestly, we were just in an absolute pastry coma, but forgot about that one pretty quick as well. Just cracked on. Yeah. Third point, mate, train heavy.
Yeah, I mean, just put more weight on the bar, as I said. But
did you?
No, I don't think I did. I use the actual bar and stuff.
Yeah.
No, maybe I did. I did that 12 days of Christmas, and
yeah, it was
pretty good.
Pretty reasonable. Did you end up doing 12 days of Christmas workout?
No,
you didn't. Yeah.
I wasn't.
Oh.
Me and Minel did it together. Yeah.
Was that the day that you're having your foot taken off?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I thought that would be a much better surgery than that. And then last one, condition hard. A little bit of conditioning over there.
You may not be on top of your form there, but
we've done enough conditioning over the last 2 days.
There's been enough conditioning.
Rowing.
Taking Parker out on the bike this afternoon. More conditioning.
Rowing. Oh, he's back, isn't he?
Yeah, Parker's back.
Oh, it was funny. He came to do the class last night. And stopped 3 minutes in because he said he had really bad hamstring cramp.
Did he?
Really?
He just wouldn't do any of it.
Just straight up refusing.
I tried to make him do push-ups. He did 10, and then
that was
still
it.
Cramp.
Just crap.
Talking
about rowing, I saw last week actually. These guys are racing to row across the Atlantic Ocean. That was on the 22nd. I think it actually started on... Ollie's just joined us.
Puts headphones on.
If you're watching the video version, you'll have seen that Holly's just joined in. If you listen to the audio version, this is what she sounds like. Holly.
Hi. Is it shirts on or shirts off?
Mate, it's whatever. It's like, Yeah. Well, if you're going to work out, it's... welcome.
Thank you.
Hi.
My name's Holly. I'm from Australia.
G'day.
Mate. G'day. Hey, have you got anything else to say? Or just going to say hi?
No, you wanted me to talk about food, so I showed up.
Yeah, that's for a different show.
She can talk.
It is.
But you can.
Holly's going back on Dubai Eye 103.8. Talk about food. I mean, you can stay for this show as well. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, stay.
You're staying.
We're all good with guests.
This is your chance for us to talk to you.
Yeah. Talking about rowing, which we should talk about. Phil, you brought it up. These guys set off on, I think it was about the 22nd of December to row across the Atlantic. That's it.
That was it.
All right. This is it. This is worse than a bad TV show. Lucky this isn't live, but we just don't edit any of it. But yeah, thanks for coming.
See you, Hol.
See you later.
Peace.
Bye.
You could have at least shared something about your new job that you don't have. But anyway, back to the rowing.
Rowing, yes.
These guys set off on I think it was about the 23rd of December, so just before Christmas, to row across the Atlantic. 26 teams, including a few solo operators. Phil, first thing that comes into your head when I would say row solo across the Atlantic?
I have no idea how long that would even take.
Yeah.
Sharks.
How big is the boat?
How big is the boat? It's a rowing boat. It's like it's a specially modified rowing boat so that it can capsize but then go back to
it. Just fits one person.
Just fits one person. It's got like a cabin in it, and they have if you look at my screen, if I moved it around, you'd see it. They kind of have like capsules where you can sit and where you can lay down and you can sleep. It's very small, very claustrophobic. They're watertight, so that if you are in a big storm, you just basically you ditch your oars and you just go and roll around in there. Sometimes for 2 or 3 days.
How long does it take to do?
It can take, for solo, one American pair is attempting to row across in 35 days, which would smash the current world record. Remember, this is a pair of 40. So I guess should actually ask Cameron this.
You want to do it?
We'll do it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Next year, me and you.
Yeah, 40 days.
Throw things at each other.
This guy.
We'll throw things at all the other boats,
Yeah.
and we'll win.
But talking about rowing, obviously we should give him a big shout out. Cameron Nickel, who was here for the last couple of days, a little bit of rowing gains, and that was plenty of cardio for us.
Yeah,
really good.
Every time. I mean, you've been with him now, Phil, 3 or 4 times, and every single time you learn something different.
Every time,
something new.
And even like the stuff that you learned last time, it's so helpful to go over the basics. People don't realise how technical rowing can be. You can make some really quick changes, which makes massive times to you.
I feel a bit sorry for the people that were around and decided not to attend in the nicest possible way. It was really good for the guys that did come. The groups were only small this time, but to have someone of that amount of knowledge and for such a cheap price as well, it was $450 for a 3-hour camp and $350 for a 2-hour camp. It's pretty.
Bit of a wasted opportunity, but I'm sure we'll be back. So
yeah. You offered him a job here yesterday. You just told him.
I said.
Were you going to pay him just to train with you?
I just want him to come and train. Yeah, he's good to train with.
You're not worried about his well-being.
He actually does CrossFit with me, not like you two.
Ah,
fair enough.
Hey, I did CrossFit yesterday.
No, you didn't. You trained on your own.
Hang on a minute.
No, you did.
We did the workout. We all did it. Well, he changed it.
12-minute.
Oh,
we did the 12-minute
because Cameron was here, not with me.
Well, you were next to me. I don't know how we have to define this. We did some CrossFit today.
Oh, Carmen's back.
Carmen's back with the food, fatty. We did some CrossFit today.
Yeah. I did some CrossFit with you red zippers on Sunday, whatever day it was. Stopped what I was doing, jumped in with you guys.
The next thing
Changed one movement, but
I did want to speak about was actually Carmen wrote a pretty good post, but as soon as she's not here, we'll hop to the next thing. She wrote something about getting better at double unders, become a double under ninja. So that's quite useful. We're going to focus actually for the guys that listen that are members. I have about 40 or 30 new skip ropes that we're going to cut to the right sizes, small, medium, large. They're all color coded, and they should be available next week.
Well, Jonesy said he was going to cut them all.
You know why I haven't cut them? Because I don't know what the average height is.
Me.
What's the average height? Are you the average height? No.
180 centimetres,
180.
I reckon.
Maybe. And the girl, I don't know, 5'2" for girls, 5'10", 6 foot for guys, and then long ones for long ones for real men. Just in time, double under ninja. I read your article with great interest.
Did you improve in your double unders?
No.
Because you're already very good.
Oh, there we go. So
she tripped like 5 times when we tried to do that workout.
Yes.
You stayed calm. I was quite impressed. I would have tossed my robe across the gym.
Did you trip during the filming of the video?
I made him cut it out.
For anyone who's wondering what we're talking about, InnerFight.com/become a double under ninja. Carmen, just give us a quick recap of what's going on here, if you can remember what you wrote.
Yeah, I think so.
What's the main points to get better at these things?
The main thing is just like to stay upright, and it's all from your wrists. So try to relax when you do it, and try not to speed up your jump.
Yeah.
Most people try to think like they have to jump that much faster, but it's not. It's just try to jump just a little bit higher. Slow down your jump.
Good rhythm.
So you have more time to get your rope around. and just
one of the first points, which I agree with you totally, is buy your own rope.
I think that's the most important
main
thing.
reason is I brought 4 kilos worth of SGF speed ropes back from the UK in my luggage, so I've got loads, and they're also nicely branded. But I think that does help. Like I think a lot of people are stressed about the length of the rope, so having one cut to your length is pretty useful.
Definitely, just take good care of your own rope. Don't forget it. I think in the desk at Sam's there are at least 5 ropes. Yeah. No owners.
No owners. Lost and found.
I think 3 of them are from Mohammed Qasim, but
it's just reinvesting in the business, which is good. I think you'll have some good ideas for this, Jonesy. 10 everyday items that you can use to work out with.
Jeez.
The number one absolutely blew me away.
Oh, so this is an order as well, or are they just?
No, but I mean.
Yeah.
So not something you wouldn't find in a gym. Just
something you wouldn't find in a gym.
The stairs.
No. Stairs isn't on there, but stairs is a really good one. You just run up and down them.
Yeah, what a stupid article.
Mate,
I like point 4.
This is incredible. Number 1, paper plates. This is on abouthealth.com. I'm not sure if I should.
What do you do with them?
Mate, what you do with them, and frankly, they're just as good. If you hang on a minute.
Frisbee.
Before there were Val slides, there were paper plates. I really don't know what Val slides are. If you're exercising on a carpeted or smooth surface and you're looking to increase muscle engagement while performing standard bodyweight exercises, grab a couple of paper plates and put them to work. For instance, you can make lunges more difficult by placing your front foot on a paper plate, reducing friction between the floor and your foot, allowing the plate to slide forward across the ground as you move into the lunge, then slide backwards again.
Very good for mobility. Very good.
Can you imagine?
You want to rip your...
I guess what it said there, the Val slides, is that slidey shit, like slide aerobics that they used to just tear groins on and stuff.
Sliding plank or whatever. That's what I was thinking when you were talking about that. But
That's probably...
That was a bit interesting.
Second one's pretty good. Gallon water bottles, they're quite good. Farmer's Walk.
Batter has plenty of those.
Batter has loads of those. Back onto skip rope. A length of rope. You always might find a length of rope kicking round. Fourth one.
My favorite.
This is one that Carmen picked up on. Beer bottles.
You drink them first and then run a mile.
That was a couple of weeks ago. Believe it or not, full beer bottles are the perfect size and shape to use in place of super lightweight dumbbells, usually 1 to 3 pounds, called for by bar workouts. This article's out of control. I should have read it before we started talking about it. A couch cushion. Nice and squishy, making them perfect.
Pretending to be gladiators.
No, I'm not even
smashing each other with a couch cushion.
This is a good one if you don't have anything kicking around. A backpack. So we agree with this one. Right. Get your skip rope, put it in your backpack, put a load of bricks in your backpack, then run up Phil's stairs. A length of heavy chain. That's also good. PVC pipe. We got a few of those kicking around. Bit of mobility, something like that. This is a good one. You'll be into this one. A heavy book.
Hey.
Any exercise you do whilst holding a medicine ball can be done with a heavy book.
Wall balls.
And
those tossing those books you got into the wall ball target.
A beach towel. I don't know.
For whipping?
When you've done everything to lay down.
Lay down. If you're on a smooth surface, you can fold them up and use them for sliding exercises, much like the paper plates mentioned above. Right.
Do towel pull-ups.
Towel pull-ups,
that's good.
They're actually really hard. Or towel...
the one that you said, towel farmer's walk.
Oh, yeah, you could put them around the farmer's walk.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Around the kettlebells and then try and hold the towel.
Wow, that would be a challenge because it's in a fun
Apparently
way.
tea towels are better, but...
Why is that?
Beach towels will be good. No, it's a bit harder to... Well, they're easier just to
they're easier because
put
they're
them
thinner.
through. Yeah, and then you just...
Thick towels are tough though, aren't they?
Yeah, that would be hard.
They'd be super tough. Here's another interesting...
Who wrote that up? Did you write that? No.
The one website that I...
What was it on? What website?
Abouthealth.com.
Okay.
About.com. It's... Some of the stuff is interesting. That was pretty lame. This one's... I know you'll have some thoughts on this, Jonesy. 10 biggest workout mistakes. I don't know why we've been blamed for it, but made by men. Made by men. Doing too much too soon.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Too much too soon.
Like egos.
Listening to the wrong advice.
Yeah.
Or not listening at all.
Or not listening at all. This was
we're just getting to
just doing something
bashing the members.
totally different,
isn't it? This is definitely what you suffered from in the early days, relying too much on cardio.
Oh yeah.
Many guys who want to slim down turn to fat burning cardio to lose weight.
Probably.
There's a lot of noise in the background. They're drilling the walls instead of hitting the screws in, but that's okay. Again, if people are watching, they can see what's going on there. Skipping the functional assessment, not doing compound exercising, neglecting nutrition. That's a pretty key one, though. I think especially as we go into the new year, people are pretty keen to sort of get going and get lifting and probably want to do extra cardio and just don't take any care of the nutrition. Relying too heavily on supplements, too much steady state cardio, and emphasizing quantity over quality. So, a couple of tips there for what's going on in the new year. I don't know if those things have helped. Has anyone seen the film, That Sugar film?
No.
You guys. Jamie Oliver?
I've seen Point Break.
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I like it.
You like the
I'm going to go into the...
If anyone hasn't seen it, I suggest you see it. It's called That Sugar Film. A guy basically took, for 12 weeks, he was eating really healthy and then just went into eating what's advertised in supermarkets, etc., as healthy options. So, low-fat, healthy breakfast cereal, all of this, and put on 10 kilos in 12 weeks. Which is pretty good dedication.
That's good going.
Yeah, super good. Got all spotty.
Gains.
Yeah. His skin was terrible, put on 10 centimetres around his waist. I watched that on the plane. Another interesting stat that I got from another thing that I watched on the plane, Jamie Oliver's sugar thing that he's campaigning at the moment about in the UK. In the UK, 130 amputations per week related to type 2 diabetes. Amputations of legs, generally. Feet and legs.
They just neglect their diet.
They neglect their diet and they start lose feeling. And then there was another stat which I can't quite remember, but then obviously the later stage of type 2 diabetes, people just go blind.
Yeah.
So you go blind. And there was another thing as well that he was talking about, dental care. And this kid that was like, I don't know, he was like 16 years old, just having all his teeth pulled out. They were just tiny. They were just like little screw stubs and he had to have them all pulled out. So if folks are flying on Emirates, it might change coming into the new year because they change their programs every month, but they're two really interesting things to watch. Couple of questions. This one's for you, Phil. I'm thinking of entering the 2016 Open. Would your seminar series help me? If I
nah.
No, not at all.
Mate, this thing,
it's all made up.
Tell us more about it and tell us exactly when it starts and everything about it so people do actually know how important it is to get involved in the seminar series.
It this
was a legit question from a guy called Josh.
Starts in a week, Friday 8th is the first one. There'll be the same thing will go on the Saturday as well. It's a 3-hour seminar and there's a new seminar each week for 3 weeks, so you get 9 hours of coaching. And I'm basically going to teach you everything I know about the Open and how to prepare for it and what I think is going to be coming up this year.
Right. And how do people... Sorry, the second part of this question, which I forgot to ask you before you started, if I'm unable to make the seminars in Dubai, will you be putting the content online?
Moonham's going to take a lot of content and stuff, but there's going to be.
It's not actually going to be a full online series, though, right?
No, it's not going to be like a 3-hour video.
Right.
Because a lot of it is practical. Like it's probably like a 2-to-1 practical to theory sort of ratio.
Right.
But the stuff like the PowerPoint thing and the theory we got on there, we can put it on online, I guess, after. But you probably won't get the full you're not going to get the full benefit from it just from.
So anyone who's entering the Open on either level, or the RX level or the scale level, basically need to get to it.
Yeah.
And it's 3 hours for 3 weekends.
Yeah, 9 hours total.
In a month where you should be taking care of your health because you ate too much during the Christmas and you've made New Year's resolutions that we hope make it to the end of January. Yeah. Cool. Another question. These are always good when it starts with the risk of boring you with a long email. I feel I have to start with giving you a bit of background. It's a good question, though, and Carmen might actually be able to help us on this. In summary, highly stressful and demanding job, 6 days a week, training 6 days a week, minimum 2 to 3 intensive hours for each session, not sleeping more than 3 to 4 hours per night, equals high cortisol levels, under recovery, frustration, weight gain, and injuries. No shit. Clever me. I should have known better. I thought at least I could take control of the weight gain situation by restricting my calorie intake. Normally around 1,300 calories a day. Wow. Shit. And almost no carbs. You imagine how it all turned out. Anyone imagine how it turned out?
Great.
Very sick.
My face just got long.
CrossFit gains. Enough said. She understands. I realised I couldn't move on like this much longer, so I changed box in order to focus on myself without having any performance anxiety. Cut back on training, less volume, less intensity, including at least two rest days a week in my program. Excellent. Increase my calorie intake slowly, 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day, and am now sleeping better. A glass of wine helps.
What's her question? Because she already answered her question, I think.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Relax, calm.
There's a lot of info, but it is actually. Gee, turn up late.
Get out.
Don't even
For
give
his
us
food.
the food.
Yeah, where's my food? Bring it here.
I've started to feel stronger and love that feeling. However, I'm terrified every time I step on the scale. I've been gaining almost 10 pounds in the last 3 to 4 months. 10 pounds, around 4 kilos. And it's not a cool feeling. So
we've already talked about...
My main question is...
Yeah, no, I'm impatient.
Ask
the question.
Try to listen to the question. You should get a test on it. How long does it take to reboot a sluggish metabolism? And will the weight gain ever plateau? Bearing in mind, I'm 41. You may now speak.
Now I don't know what to say.
You really don't. All that time.
What does she wants to know?
So, okay, let's answer the question and we'll talk a little bit about the information. Because the information, and that's why we should focus a little bit on it, the information I think is not different from what a lot of people do and may be tempted to do come the new year. How long does it take to reboot a sluggish metabolism? And will the weight gain ever plateau? That's the question. Bearing in mind, I'm 41.
You can't answer that. I don't know if it's going to plateau or not. I can't see the future, right? How can I know if it's going to plateau?
It will do.
Just asking for your thoughts.
You're not going to, like, I don't think I'm going to plateau. So if I'm going to keep training and I eat a lot, I'll gain more muscle and I'll keep gaining muscle. So it will always go a little bit up, I think.
Right.
So it can depend.
Imagine it'll be a bit more difficult taking that she's 41.
Right.
And it probably would be a lot slower than, like, someone in their 20s, but if she keeps doing the things that she's doing, like taking more time to sleep, I think that's probably one of the most important things, and that she increase her calories up to around 1,800 to 2,000, even more.
Yeah, maybe even more. I mean,
especially if she's working out, I said 2 to 3 hours.
Well,
intense.
She says she's changed that. She was working out 6 days a week, 2 to 3 hours intensive. She's now cut back on the training, less volume, less intensity. Right. So she's training a little bit less, but I think
like a huge thing is that people like try and eat like calories less.
Yeah.
And their training stays the same, and I think that's when you do hit the plateaus, and it's really hard to lose the weight.
Yeah.
In summer, when I added at least 1,000, close to 1,500 calories a day to my diet, training for the games, and I felt in way better shape, like energy-wise. I slept much better, and I lost body fat.
Right.
I was probably in the best shape that I've been in from adding calories, which most people wouldn't think that that's the way to go.
But let's go back.
She's afraid that she will keep gaining weight by eating more calories.
That's kind of what I picked up on. She says here that she said, I'm terrified every time I step on the scale. I mean, my immediate reaction there is to sort of say, like she said she's gained 10 pounds in the last 3 to 4 months. My immediate reaction there is to say, to try and make it a little bit more sort of quality data that we're working with is to actually have a proper body analysis, similar to the machine that we have downstairs, so we can understand exactly what the gains are. Because a lot of
train in the gym here?
She doesn't train in the gym here. No, she trains in another gym. But that's one of the main things as well. Is that we need to make sure that we're measuring it in the right way. I think a lot of people, and a lot of people will say that as well over the festive. If we go back to the festive period, I've put on weight because the scales say a lot more. But generally, what happens in the festive season is people are consuming a lot more liquids of various different forms, and when they're not consuming alcohol, they then hydrate so that they can consume more alcoholic ones the next day, and so the water levels could be a lot higher. So I think I think that's one of the main things. But I think, like you said as well, Phil, like having more calories, I think we all feel a lot better when... I don't know, like I haven't cut down calories to sort of a low level, but I don't know many people that have really cut calories and feel really good and full of energy.
No, because you just like 1,300 calories is just what you need to stay alive. Maybe it's maybe even too less, like for very little.
Yeah, I mean, from the test that we have and from the results that we've seen, it's for a female you're sort of around 1,400 to 1,800 calories just to stay alive.
Yeah.
So and guys obviously a lot higher. What does your metabolic rate come out at on the machine, mate? Do you know?
I can't remember. Top of my head.
Mine was 3,300.
Yours 3,000.
No, on the machine downstairs?
No, that's not your metabolic rate. Your metabolic rate is just the one that keeps, like, your...
I think that's what it said. It was like, I'm sure it was over 3,000 the basal metabolic rate.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Machine.
Wow. You need to eat more of that food.
Mate, why are we just looking at
it? I'm eating like 5,000.
Get it open. So that's the first bit of advice. Don't worry about eating too much, as long as it's the right calories. And I think one thing as well is, like, people worry a lot about that caloric intake. And like one of the things that the guy in that sugar film did, he continued to have the same number of calories, but had them from the healthy options and still puts on 10 kilos. So you can play around with calories, but at the end of the day, you have to be careful what the calories are. Training-wise, we've been through these things before, I guess. 2 rest days a week, which she started to implement, and less training. If we were to say, like, I think obviously about 90% of the people that we see or that mail us with a question are people that work what we generally call a 9 to 5. What sort of hours of training do we think per day is suitable for that population?
Max 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Less volume, more intensity.
Yeah?
Yeah, make the most out of the session. If they're coming in for an hour session class, like, make the most out of it there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we've discussed this before, haven't we, when we've seen people within our gym doing a CrossFit class and then going into a gymnastics class, or vice versa. We're definitely in the... And it is almost after 90 minutes. You just see quality just goes. Yeah. So, and then the same as well as she's implemented here, 2 rest days. More than 2. More than 2, you're on holiday, right?
But now?
Yeah.
No, 2's okay.
2's good. No, more than 2.
No.
I think as well there could be, especially with the age thing here, 41. Who knows? I think you're right, Carmen. Who knows how long that metabolism will take to sort of kick in again? And
you'll know soon.
Yeah.
4 years. Hey, Holly was just here. She'll know a lot sooner than me. Jeez, I'm coughing it from all angles. Hopefully that answers that question, and I'm sure there's quite a few people out there with a similar sort of question to that. But I think that the bottom line is make sure you're eating well, don't train too much, make sure you recover well, and things. Measure yourself in the right way.
But I think she's doing a good job now.
Yeah.
She changed.
It just depends if that weight gain is continuing now as well. So since
but maybe she's just building more muscles. Probably
this could be it as well. Yeah.
So
come in and see Carmen. You'll definitely sort her out. Hopefully that helps. Looking forward to 2016. Phil, number 1 goal for you personally for 2016 is?
Go to the games. Why do you keep asking me? It's not going to change. And then you look at me like, oh, yeah, Phil with his games.
That's all right. What did you say yours was?
I'd just like to change a shitload of people's lives. That's what I love doing. So I'll
there we
do
go.
that and then still train.
Carmen's we know. Dig into that a little bit more.
What's Carmen's?
Carmen said the same.
Skydive, wasn't it?
I want to go skydiving.
Okay. Something different other than CrossFit. It's good.
And then just land on the CrossFit Games and start doing my workout.
She wants to skydive.
Stick to not the games. Skydiving.
A lot of people that I've spoken to don't have that worked out yet. So what advices can we give, or what advices can we give to people if they're sat around, it's Thursday the 31st when this gets released, and they think, or it might even be Friday, they might be hungover, or it could be Saturday and they're dreading going to their job that they hate on Sunday or Monday. What advice can you give them for setting goals for the coming year?
Make realistic goals. Like
realistic goals.
Not too big ones, like I want to go to the games if you can't do a pull-up yet.
Yeah, that helps.
I can do pull-ups. Relax.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
You're looking at me.
Is that aimed directly at him?
No.
What else?
I don't know, I guess.
Try and cut something out of your life that you think is a real negative factor.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, and they wait until January, which is one thing, like maybe why not do it now, but whatever.
Yeah.
If you are waiting until January, then...
I mean, it is January, basically.
Yeah. If you are waiting, then actually do something about it, and, if cut something out of your life that you know isn't helping you. If you go out and get smashed every weekend, and every weekend you talk to me about it not me or someone, for 3 days about how you shouldn't have done it, then stop. If that's not...
Just stop doing it.
If that's not helping your life.
Is it directed to me?
That one is to you. If you talk about your job and how much you hate it...
You enjoyed your Christmas and you're just copying it left it... No,
you talk about how much you hate your job from Sunday all the way through to, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then quit your job.
Stop it.
People say it's not easy, but just find something you want to do, and actually, if there's something that's really holding you back in your life, then change it.
Good point. Jonesy?
Changing. No, I think it's a good point about the whole New Year's resolution thing. I'm not a big believer in that.
Yeah.
It should just be happening all year round, really. Just... I don't know.
I'd pretty much challenge people as well to... I think you're right, mate. I think, and there's I wrote an article which... This is a secret to everyone that listens to the podcast. I wrote this article 3 years ago, and every year on the website we just release it again in the first week of January, and it's the same article. But there's some research on there to how many people actually keep those resolutions. So if you made a shit ton of resolutions last year and you actually still have them all written down, I would encourage people to go through them and see how many you actually did, and maybe this year just try and write down 1 or 2, because it's obvious your 8 is not working.
Yeah. Start with 1.
Start with 1, and if that's, and I think sometimes, and I think maybe you said it, don't go too crazy. I think sometimes that's really good advice, because it's you go absolutely nuts. You're like, okay, by the end of January I'm gonna run a 15-minute 5K.
I think when I was 16, this is probably the best one I've ever done. I said when I was 16, I thought 15. I used to eat a lot of crisps, like everyone does. They're all fat. I was like, right, I'm not going to eat crisps anymore. I think I've eaten 3 bags since I was about 15.
Really?
So yeah, that was just one. And once...
That's only 2 years.
I think I used to eat them every day. You just had them as your school dinner. I was like, oh, this is making me fat.
Yeah.
And it was just one thing rather than, I'm going to give up this, I'm going to get this, and this.
Yeah.
Just got rid of one. And
one thing.
And it can make a big difference, right? Just getting rid of that one.
Yeah, and I never want...
It's funny. One of the things that I teach when I go in to teach people about nutrition, if you look at the sugar and the amount of sugar that you actually drink, people say to me, what should I be eating, this, that, and the other. The first thing, especially to a lot of corporates that I teach this to, I just go through how much sugar people are taking in a day through the morning coffee, through the Red Bull, through the juice, through this, that, and the other. And only if people are able to cut out that one thing, to cut out that sugar that they drink, forget about all the sauces that you have, forget about all your chocolate bars and everything else. Just cut that out. That's about 25% of the sugar that you're taking in during the day or more just goes straight away from your diet. So, and I remember in 2012 I made a resolution, or decided that, I think 2012 or 2011, if someone asked me something and I had to think about it, it was a no. If I got invited somewhere and I was like, oh, it was just like, no. And it was quite funny because I was listening to a podcast the other day. I was listening to Tim Ferriss's podcast. He was interviewing some guy who was very American, but he was like, unless it's a fuck yeah, I'm not doing it. He's like, unless someone says something to you and you feel immediately that it's a really cool idea. And I actually had an argument with Holly about it last night. She's like, yeah, so about the groceries, do you ever think I sit here and think about the grocery? He goes, fuck yeah, I've got to go and do the grocery shopping. I was like, I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, Holly loves cooking.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, but you like the process, you like the, I hate going to the grocery store. And anyway, that whole, but it's quite an interesting thing as well. Maybe learn to say no to people and stop doing shit that you really don't like. I think that's, I think you'd like that one, Jonesy, as well.
I love that one,
actually. It's a good one for me.
Yeah.
Right. What don't you like?
No, it's not that I don't like, but sometimes I just fuck myself over by saying, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people do. Yeah. Hopefully our clients don't bear the wrath of that in a bad way, but sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes people think that we just have infinite number of days. You want to train, you've got to make it work. Days and hours, and it just goes on forever. We'll come back with more interesting points and look forward to your feedback next week on New Year's resolutions. We want to know what they are, why you made them.
Anton's one.
Save it for next week. If you know it, save it for next week. If you listen to the show, please drop us an email. Tell us your New Year's resolution. If you drop us an email with more than 3, we just won't read them out.
Yeah.
Like, you want one?
Yeah, one.
One's just
one
good,
and actually
just,
do it.
Well, one, you know.
Just really good one, just that you're going to do, and then come back in December and told us that you did it. That would be cool. Don't forget about Phil's Open Series, or our Open Series taught by Phil, that starts on the 8th. There's a few places left. There's a couple of places left on Friday, and I think there's only 1 or 2 places left on the Saturday. If you're thinking about doing the Open in any format, you should be involved in that. If you take part in the Red Zone program, you should be there.
Definitely.
And if you just want to know what it's about and learn a bit more and just get a bit more educated, it's super cool. And it's for people of all abilities, right? It's not. No one's going to be asked to lift beyond what they can, or it's not going to be all about muscle ups or anything like that. So if you're getting scared, don't worry about it. That's it. 2015 has come to a close. Podcast 196 is coming to a close. We'll hit 200 in January. Happy New Year. Until next time.
See ya.
See ya. That's it. Cheers.